All right, we decided it's slide time. It's 9:30. Let's go. When we last left you, we just finished an action-packed day in Sint Maarten. In Sint Maarten, we took an ATV tour of some of the best parts of the island, including our favorite spot, Mako Beach, the famous airplane beach, where planes fly just over your head on approach. To see everything we did that day, please click the link on the screen to go to that video. The following day was the second of 2 sea days on this cruise, meaning we spent that entire day on the ship while it traveled back toward Miami. The ship was en route from our last port of Sint Maarten to our next and final island port of Nassau, Bahamas. And you got 2 big showers happening right over here. Where this was our final sea day, and we were less than 48 hours from getting off the ship for good, and where we had just completed 3 island stops in 3 days, we did a lot of nothing on that day. The day was spent mostly just relaxing.
Transatlantic boat crossing would be what? 2 weeks of this?
Not a bad gig.
On that sea day, we slept in that morning, so we missed sunrise, but it wasn't going to be that great anyway. It was a little overcast to start the day, but we were still up earlier than most folks on the ship, so we found the ship to be very quiet early in the day as usual. We started off the day with breakfast, then we went up to the open decks on top of the ship to enjoy some fresh air and some great views. And in our opinion, the best views on this ship can be found at the very back on the Bridge of Sighs. After wandering around the ship for a little while, we went back to our room to enjoy our balcony for a few hours. Then we went back to the buffet for lunch. After lunch, we did a little more balcony time, and I did a lot of the shooting for our upcoming ship information video series. Before we knew it, it was time to get ready for dinner. On MSC ships, it's common to have elegant nights on sea days, and that day was no different. This was our second of 2 elegant nights on this cruise, and it was our last time eating in the main dining room, as the following night we had reservations in one of the specialty restaurants for our final night of the cruise.
We can have dinner.
Prime rib. Duh. Prime rib night. I'm gonna have a carpaccio for starters, prime rib, and baked Alaska. What do you have?
I think I'm gonna have the leek and porcini mushroom quiche and the prime rib and baked Alaska.
All right.
And as usual, the bread.
Looks very good.
Looks yummy. Wayne is really enjoying
That was weird.
the focaccia every night. Had a pretty relaxing day today, huh?
We sure did. We didn't do much. These sea days turn into relaxing days for us.
Yeah. And tomorrow...
Well, after 3 days of running around, we needed it.
Yeah, tomorrow we're visiting Nassau, but we don't have really big plans. We think we're going to stay on the ship.
To start the day, anyway.
And do the water slides.
We gotta do water slides, we gotta do Zipline, we gotta do the car racing simulator. That's all stuff we haven't had a chance to do yet.
So.
And tomorrow will be a good day to do it because everybody will be off the ship, and ship should be very quiet all day. So
We've been to Nassau. And
no lines. Problem is, every cruise line, almost every ship of every cruise line that does the Eastern Caribbean itinerary includes Nassau as one of the stops. So there's always a lot of ships in port, and unless you're going to Atlantis or taking an excursion, there's not a whole lot to do there in Nassau. So.
Everybody, clap your hands. Here comes your chefs. Here comes your dining room team, galley team. You can do it. Come on, clap your hands, everybody. Love those smiles. Fantastic. Hardest working team on the high seas. Hardest working team here on board the Seaside. The friendly dining room team.
After dinner, we took a show in the main theater. The show was Peter Punk, a playful twist on Peter Pan. It was kind of like Peter Pan meets Pirates of the Caribbean. After the show, we were both tired and ready for bed, but I wanted to get some video of some of the nightlife in action from around the ship. So I grabbed my camera and wandered around to shoot some more video. So I was minding my own business, just shooting some B-roll in the atrium when I was approached by some fun-loving folks from Ireland. My phone and gimbal attracted their attention, and they insisted on getting a photo with me. It was clear they had had a few drinks, but it was fun to talk to these folks from across the pond.
Irish, we're Irish. We're Irish. Come on.
All right, I gotta turn it around.
Don't take it to him. Turn it off for you. See you.
All right.
Take it. Show us it.
It's video. It's not picture.
Oh, video. You only watch their accents.
After meeting with my new friends from Ireland, I went and checked out a little bit of each of 3 of the more popular entertainment options that evening. The first being the popular Quest game show, which was taking place in the Haven Lounge. The second being MSC's Beer Prov, which is an NSFW version of the popular comedy show Whose Line Is It Anyway, held in the main theater.
Lots of people.
P.S. We won't kill you.
Why do you keep saying we?
I won't kill you.
Okay, what are your favorite songs?
Ooh, good question. I like Despacito.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, could you sing me a little bit? I forget how it goes.
Despacito. Despacito.
Okay, enough. We're disturbing everyone here.
And finally, the silent disco in the main atrium, where all participants were wearing headphones and listening to the same songs. After all of that, it was time to hit the hay and get ready for the next day, where we arrived in Nassau, Bahamas. Good morning from just outside the Bahamas. Looks like we're going to have a beautiful day. And a beautiful sunrise. The following morning, the weather looked promising for a nice sunrise, so I was up early to catch it. I'm glad I did, because it was a pretty good one. We're going to do our morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
We
Today
just-
is Waterslide and Zipline day. We're in Nassau.
Well, we're still on our way to Nassau, but yeah, we're here. We decided we're going to do our pool time this morning before it gets too busy, and then while everybody's preparing to get off the ship. So it should be pretty quiet today. So we're going to enjoy the pools, the hot tubs, the water slides, all that fun stuff. Oh, in case we didn't mention it, we're at the jungle pool, which is in the middle of the ship. The pool with the retractable roof. And today they've got the roof open, so nice.
Are you having a good time so far?
I'm loving this stuff.
It's sad that it's the last day.
Yeah, it's the last day. Last full day.
We've had a great time. I have no complaints whatsoever, really.
No, I don't think any of the people that are complaining online about this ship have really anything to complain about.
You make your vacation what you want of it.
Yeah.
Anyway. If you want things to bother you, they're going to bother you. But I mean, especially at the high traffic areas like the buffet, those are the only problems that we've seen. We take the stairs when we can, so elevators aren't such a big deal. And if you use the back elevators, even better.
Yeah.
Because no one uses those back elevators.
Yeah.
That's kind of closest to our room, so we've never had a problem with those elevators. But if you go midship, you might as well just walk the stairs because you're going to wait a little bit. And that app is really easy to use. We haven't had a problem with the app at all.
Once we got on the ship, no. The app, I think, is broken for everybody that's off the ship because everybody's complaining about it. But once you get on the ship, the app works great. And I think that's what the app is designed for, is for once you're on the ship. It's not really designed for anything off the ship.
You get reminders from the app as well, so that you're leaving port or that you have dinner reservations or what have you.
Yep.
It's been really handy. We are in the jungle pool. It's like a solarium, and the roof is often closed at night, but this is probably one of the more quiet pools that we've noticed anyway.
Yeah, especially this time of day.
I don't think there are any kids allowed in here.
It's only 9:15. I've never seen a sign anywhere telling which pools are kids and which ones aren't. I mean, they made the kids pool so compelling for them to want to be at that pool that they almost don't have to tell kids to stay out of these pools because these pools are deeper, so kids can't generally go in here. And the kids pool, I mean, there's so much fun going on over there between splashing water and water guns and water slides and all kinds of fun stuff for the kids. The kids don't want to come in this pool. It's boring. They want to be over there with all the water sloshing and splashing around. So.
It's been really handy. We've had a great time. I'm sad to see it end tomorrow.
Yep.
Boo his.
Yeah.
We definitely book again. For sure.
I'd come back on this ship again.
Yeah, definitely book it again with MSC. We haven't had any issues. Everybody's been great. Lots of different languages spoken, which is really cool.
Yeah, there's people literally from all over the world on this ship, which is kind of neat. This is too relaxing. I'll sit here all day. A little close. A little close. All right, we decided it's slide time. It's 9:30. Let's go.
Yeah, it's a hot day. I'm hanging in the sunshine.
Ooh, slippery.
So I go down. Won't you come on over? We can party till the sun's down. Baby, let me buy you a drink while we're dancing and blink. I could go for some Queen Bee too. Macy's going. If you're looking for some crazy, I'll tell you everybody's standing right around for the waterslide. You can come over. We can take the roller coaster. You know everybody's looking for a ride in the waterslide.
Second time through. It's dark in here. It's so dark. Woohoo! Light drop.
We could never run out of time, sipping strawberry lime. You know I wanna share with you. Macy's going. If you're looking for some crazy, I'll tell you everybody's standing in a line.
We're going to go on the see-through one now. This is another one that hangs off the side of the ship. I don't know if you can tell or not when we're on it. We good? All right.
I think that one's made for little kids.
Because it's slower, right?
Yeah. That was fun. So apparently when it rains, everybody has to get out of the pool. When it started raining, everybody jumped out of the pool in the hot tub.
Meanwhile.
We have made it to Nassau. After enjoying the pools, hot tubs, and slides on the ship, I decided to take a ride on the Zipline. Zipline time.
For you.
Huh?
For you.
For me. Everybody's trying to get off the boat. It's awesome because, yeah, Zipline shouldn't be crowded. That's why we're doing it now. Do Zipline, then lunch, and then we'll go ashore.
Maybe.
Probably not even going to leave the port.
You can call me stupid.
So, after a quick change of clothes, I strapped on a couple GoPros, and I headed back up to the zip line while Jen took video from below. It's important to note that the zip line on this cruise ship does require dry clothing and closed-toed shoes. While they do allow cameras on the zip line, they don't allow you to hold it. It has to be strapped to you.
'Cause I will break my honor, why won't we? You're in trouble,
How did you enjoy yours?
That was fun.
Kept it up to 2 GoPros.
Yeah.
That's 7. Black.
This is the 7, yep, black. And this is the...
7.
This is the session. Well, the 8 just come out now. The 8 just came out.
Really?
Yep.
Maybe the 7 will be cheaper now.
'Cause I will break my honor, why won't we? You're in trouble,
Back up.
How was it?
It was fun. Hell of a view from up there.
Was it?
Yeah.
You look like a kid in a candy store.
It was fun.
Yeah.
I'm glad we did it in port and not in not at sea.
Why?
Well, you get a view of the
Everything.
surrounding landscape. Yeah. So yeah.
What was that, about a 30-second ride?
If that, 15 or 20 seconds.
It's not that fast.
No, it feels faster when you're up there than what it looks like when we're down here, but it's still pretty good.
When's the first time you've ever ziplined?
I've never ziplined before, so yeah, that was the first.
Got the bug now?
Yeah. Yeah.
You're a rebel, getting into trouble. You are kinda like a fire.
After enjoying all the fun activities on the ship, we decided to grab some lunch before we got off the ship. We found the buffet on deck 16 was open. Biscayne Bay Buffet features much of the same food that can be found in the main buffet down on deck 8. So we decided to eat there in front of an amazing view of Nassau and the Atlantis Resort.
I go all in to lose or win. Build things up to knock them down. It's the way we keep our high, moving like a hurricane. There will come a time for when we can wash away your sins, settle down, but until then, we're like a hurricane.
After lunch, we headed off the ship to go explore some of the shopping areas just off the ship in Nassau. In full disclosure, we're not big shoppers of the type of things found in typical cruise ports. Most of the shops feature clothing, jewelry, clothing accessories, cosmetics, and everything related to all of those items. The stores are mixed with a variety of bars and restaurants. We had just eaten, so we weren't hungry, and our carry-on only packing style left no room to add any of the other shopping items, so we just walked around and explored the port.
Yep. Building I was talking about. These are all the government buildings here.
There will come a time for when we can wash away our sins, settle down, but until then, we're like a
This is the third Effie store we've walked in the last half mile.
We did, however, get sucked into one cosmetics shop.
That's for your daughter. And for the body, for the skin, and for the online website with all of our products. I'll give you one more for your eyes. Can I see your eyes? Okay, I'll give you a free sample for your eyes. Something to put on your camera. If you like it, get it online. Here.
Yes, absolutely know how to shop online.
Yes.
You do it very well, right?
Too much.
Amazon.
Yeah.
Now look at the one that I'm gonna give you. It's natural butter.
Yeah.
If you go back to North Carolina, you can order it online. It's $700 for 1 tube. Okay, now here we sell it only for $229. If you never purchased it before. Now if you are on the MSC, you get additional 20% extra and it's $150. Okay, I will give you my card.
Where they hit you hard with the high price and then
How did that happen?
150.
Really good.
Cosmetics. You're a sucker for cosmetics. What? Are you feeling it? I can see
You
it.
can see how tight,
Yeah.
how tight the skin is.
Yeah.
It's like sticky.
After leaving the cosmetics shop with sticker shock on a product that may or may not be legal in the US, we headed straight back to the ship. I heard the salesperson use the phrase natural Botox to describe the product she was putting on Jen's face. I'm no expert in cosmetics, but this stuff seemed to be a little bit voodoo magic. It apparently was something Jen had never seen in stores in the US, so after feeling its effects, Jen wanted to get it washed off ASAP in case her sensitive ginger skin had bad reaction to it. So back to the ship we went. Well, it was time for us to go back anyway, as we had dinner reservations to get to.
When you're miles away, yeah. You can make it shine when the whole world rains. Always on my mind, always in my brain. With you the days are long and the nights are late, and I've been craving you since the first time that I sat.
Dinner that night was at one of the specialty restaurants, which was the Asian fusion restaurant up on deck 16. We had wanted to do the teppanyaki, but it was booked solid all week, so we took the option next door, Asian fusion. It turned out to be our best meal of the entire vacation.
To forget anyway, yeah, yeah. No, nothing's gonna make me forget, and I don't think I want to forget anyway, yeah, yeah.
We have pier runners.
Yeah, that bus has been picking up everybody along the way. The dude's running faster than her and she's trying to keep up.
These are pork bao buns, so it's pork belly in a fluffy bao bun.
Immediately. Dutch bread, we can't eat that. Dinner with a fantastic view. Great way to spend our last night on board, huh?
Favorite meal?
Definitely.
We were just saying what a great way to finish out the week here. And of course, Wayne's favorite, chocolate souffle. Anything lava cake, chocolate souffle. But highly recommend doing the duo dining.
It's gonna put me on a sugar coma, but I don't care.
Yeah, it's delicious. And then this is our sunset view. As we're leaving, there's Atlantis in the far distance, and then we've only gone a couple miles out.
Haven't even got that far out.
Yeah.
We're only a few hundred yards offshore.
But great way to end our vacation.
So close to the edge of the channel. It's pretty scary. I'm sure they know what they're doing.
So one of us, you can finally hear a pirate. Also tonight, right here in the atrium at 10:30, come and join us for our final farewell karaoke party. One more time, let's hear it for the Cruise Staff team!
Even if I told you I could never let you go, I'm not so sure you believe me. But if I mean to show you, I will never let you go. No, 'cause you don't see the logic of things. It's quite a lonely world that we're living in. Oh baby, you are something special, I'm sure. Everything makes total sense when you're next to me.